Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how to improve your performance in Greenville. So yeah, let's get right into it. Now, I want to mention this entirely depends on the hardware of your system, so your phone, console, PC. It just depends on the hardware that your system is running. So yeah, if you're running like integrated graphics, there's probably not much I can do to help you with that because, yeah, most integrated graphics systems they're pretty dog shit. The most obvious thing to do is go into your Roblox settings and then scroll down to graphics quality and just turn it down, which will boost your FPS quite a bit. You can see this affects, like, shadows, the texture and model quality, and, well, your render distance. So, you can see the lower I have my graphics, my game doesn't look that great, but you will get more performance, but the higher the graphics, the more detailed it is. So, less graphics, less detailed, more graphics, more detailed. So, yeah. While I'm in the settings option here on Roblox, the second thing you want to do is change your maximum frame rate. Please, for the love of God, do not leave it at 60 FPS unless you have a 60 Hz monitor. So say you have a 165 Hz monitor, you want to go ahead and cap it at 165 FPS because doing any more than what your monitor's refresh rate is kind of useless. But for me, I have a 240 Hz monitor, so I just leave it at 240 FPS. So yeah. So if you're trying to get more than 60 FPS, but you have a 60 Hz monitor, then yeah, there's kind of no point in removing the cap and making it 120. But if you have a 120 Hz monitor, then go ahead and switch the cap to 120 FPS, so you'll get extra frame rate. Now, the next option is to go into the options menu in Greenville and go to graphics here. And I'm going to try my best to explain what these settings do. So vehicle dirt is, well, vehicle dirt. So if you want it to show the dirt for all the cars in the game, you can do that. And you can change the setting to disable it and all that stuff. Now, on-screen road names, I wouldn't worry about this one. I doubt it's really going to affect your performance. Always load building interiors. This setting is kind of weird and confusing to me, but I'll explain more of it. Now, render distance is definitely going to affect your performance quite a bit, because I have mine on Ultra right now. So the higher the render distance is, the more of the map it's going to render in and load. So that'll affect your FPS quite a bit. Global shadows, well, it's just shadows in game, so if you turn it off, then there's not going to be any shadows. And tree density. So let's start with this one. Tree density, so if I have mine on low, because honestly, I kind of like to have my trees on low anyway. I don't like the high trees, so this is kind of a personal preference for me. But you can see if you have your trees on high, then there's going to be more trees loaded in the map. So, you can try turning that to low, see how much of a performance boost that gives you. And, yeah, I'm going to move on to the next setting, global shadows. Now, if you turn it off, then, well, yeah, obviously it's just going to turn shadows off, which can affect performance quite a bit, so if this is tanking your FPS, you can go ahead and try and turn shadows off to see if you get more performance and, more FPS. Now, render distance, this is the big one. So I have mine on Ultra, that's as high as it'll go. So if I turn mine to, say, very low, you can see way less things have rendered in and loaded in the map. If then I go to low, you can see a little bit more loads in, medium, high, and Ultra. So, basically, you just keep turning that down until you get good FPS, so you can go to like medium, but if that's still laggy, then you go to low or very low. So now always load building interiors. So that setting is kind of confusing. So basically, in short, what that setting is supposed to do is it's supposed to keep the buildings from being loaded in when you're further away from them. So if you drive away or walk away at a certain distance, that building will unload. The interior of that building will unload, and when you drive or walk back to that building, then the interior will load. But the weird thing about that setting is it doesn't matter if you have that setting on or off. It doesn't really seem to change anything. At least it didn't for me in this video, and you'll kind of see what I mean by that. So yeah, just figured I'd give you all a heads up about that. So anyways, resume the video. This one kind of confuses me. So you can see, for example, this building right here. If I walk in, well, you can see the interior is fully loaded in, and I can view everything. So, yeah. But here's the weird part. If I go out of here, and I turn it off, then, you know, I walk away, you can see the building's interior has completely unloaded, so it is no longer loaded in fully. And if I walk back, keep in mind the setting is still off, it loads in. But here's the weird part. If I turn this on, and you know, walk further away, it unloads, and then I walk back to it, you know, it loads in, like basically at the same spot. So you can try turning it off if it helps any. So if that's really something that you're worried about, you can turn it off and see if that gives you an FPS boost. But I don't know, the setting is kind of weird because you can see it still basically loads in and like unloads at the same exact time. So yeah, like the same distance. I don't know, it's kind of weird. And this setting, don't worry about it. Now vehicle dirt. Again, this setting is broken because you can see my car is dirty. But actually, it's not really, because only, okay, mouse, will you fucking stop? So you can see my tires are dirty, like the wheels. Everything else on the car is fine. So, and it's like this for everyone too, so it's not just my car. But, yeah, you can see it does say CPU intensive. So I don't know when this will get fixed, but basically the whole car should get dirty, but I don't know why it doesn't. It's been broken for a while. So if they do fix it, then yeah, you can go ahead and turn it off. And as you can see, okay, it's still dirty. Okay, that's weird. But maybe this will be fixed, hopefully. So, you know, if it's really affecting your FPS, and I don't know, maybe hopefully once they fix it so the setting actually works, you can go ahead and turn it off so no vehicles have dirt on them. And if you want it only for your car, you can turn it to that, and only your car will get dirty, and it won't show other people's vehicles appearing dirty on your screen. And then all cars, then, you know, it's going to show everyone's cars that have dirt on them, so yeah. So I guess that's going to do it for this video. I tried to explain that in the best way possible, but, you know, I kind of suck at making tutorials. So yeah, hopefully this helped you. If it did, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I don't know, peace.